Okay, everyone, I'm going to be watching this Generation 3 OU battle. This is a replay from somebody that dropped the battle in the Discord. I do not know who wins this. I have not seen this, so you're just as blind as I am going into this battle. Let's see what made it so cool and fun and entertaining and why we love to play Pokemon. I'm sure nothing stupid happened this whole entire battle. Okay, so immediately, the first thing I notice is you have an Arcanine. That is something that me nor the audience can ignore. This is OU, not you, just to point that out. I actually already did point that out. So they ran away, which makes sense. They brought in Suicune into the Tyranitar. Okay, they switched Tyranitar out from the Arcanine into Gengar. What were you afraid of? Hidden Power Grass? Toxic? Flamethrower? Maybe it was Toxic. Maybe that's like a Tyranitar, a Dragon Dance, and I don't know, it didn't have a Lumberry. They taunted Suicune, fearing the Calm Mind. Oh, they made a good play. They went for a Surf. I don't know if they expected that or not. Okay, judging by that damage, this does look like an offensive Suicune. That probably shouldn't be doing that. But that is going to be a guaranteed KO on the Gengar, whether it lives or not, because the sand will... If it does live, which it probably wouldn't, the sand would kill it. Then they bring in... Whoa! Zapdos took 52? Gengar took 51. How did that Zapdos take more than Gengar from a freaking Surf? Whoa, okay, so Suicune must be offensive and the Zapdos must be offensive. So we must be clicking Surf again, obviously. Well, I mean, we're staying in because, you know, at the point of me speaking right now, I see that we stayed in. I would have switched out, but whatever. I mean, I guess it worked out. They went for a sub. You broke the sub. They revealed that they had Ice Beam. Like I said, I would have went for Surf because you could have killed it right there. Maybe they didn't want to risk a roll or something, but I think you were good to go for Surf in case they switched or something. That Thunderbolt did a lot of damage. I'm assuming that must be an offensive Zapdos, like I just said. Surf's obviously going to completely destroy Zapdos. Bad news is that the cringe para didn't matter since we broke through. What really matters is that you've been dropped below 6% HP. Now the Sandstorm will kill you because the sand hits you before Leftovers does, and poor Suicune does go down. The good news is we see that they have a Tyranitar. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but the person who put the replay in is the person that we're spectating. We just sent in Hitmonlee. Okay, so please tell me you went for Hidden Power Ghost. Please tell me that you saw they had a Gengar. They went for, oh dear God, we did not go for Hidden Power Ghost. Okay, well we'll just do it this turn. We'll easily take out that Gengar. Won't be a problem. Now remember, Hitmonlee has a lot of Spadef, so we don't have to fear any special attacks from Gengar. And it burned us. Okay, that is a big problem, but Hidden Power Ghost I think might kill them. We don't have Leftovers. We might be banded. Okay, well, we stayed in, so we're obviously not banned. Went for Hidden Power, and it's not Ghost. It was not very effective. I have no idea what that could have been. It's not Hidden Power, normal, or fighting, obviously. And I'm assuming it's a physical attack. So what would have done, like, 8 to Gengar? It did 4 because of the burn. I don't know. What'd they do next? Okay, they stayed in. They did not care about Hitmonlee's safety, and they went for Hidden Power again. So Skarmory also resists whatever Hidden Power that is. So we know it's not... I don't think that's a special attacking Hidden Power. That'd be kind of crazy. What does Gengar resist? It can't be poison because Skarmory would have been immune to it. I don't know what that was, dude. And it's not ground because they would be immune to it. I don't know. That's a mystery. I'm very bad at figuring out the hidden powers, as we know. So they bring in Arcanine, which is good for the Skarmory. Bad news is they set up a layer of spikes. That Hitmonlee threw me for a loop. How are they going to come back from this? The opponent said shiny Hitmonlee makes me ill. Okay, well, that was kind of rude. They went for an overheat. I don't think I've ever seen Arcanine do that before in my entire life. This is a crazy team right here. Now we're special attack's been half. That's not cash money. Tyranitar didn't take any damage. It doesn't have Leftovers. It must have been a Lumberry. I think it's going to be Dragon Dance. Let's see if I'm right or not. Yep. What did I say, guys? I've seen Tyranitar millions of times, and now that thing's going to outspeed Hitmonlee. We might have Mach Punch. I think Hitmonlee learns Mach Punch. I'm pretty sure. But I think Tyranitar would live that because of the burn. Let's see what happens. They did go for Mach Punch. Yeah, I said I think. Dude, it ate that up for breakfast. If it wasn't burned, it would have killed them, though. Earthquake's going to completely annihilate Hitmonlee. You can't send in Arcanine. Well, actually, you could. You can intimidate it so the Tyranitar doesn't go crazy. No, okay, Dugtrio, please tell me this thing's jolly. If it's adamant, you are cooked. Well, actually, it depends on that Tyranitar's EVs, but I think we're good. Certainly, this thing's jolly. Okay, well, we did outspeed it. I don't know if it confirms if we're jolly or not, but the point is Dugtrio is fast enough to outspeed a Dragon Dance Tyranitar. Bad news is they're going to send in either Gengar or Skarmory, I would imagine. Oh, I thought it'd be a Skarmory to set up more spikes. I'm assuming we don't have a Rapid Spinner, but I guess they're in a good spot. They can just click whatever they want. Taunt, Will-O-Wisp. Guys, the Dugtrio's not banded. Did you flinch him? Please tell me you flinched him. Oh, that's unfortunate. I would have loved to see that. That came out of left field. This is such a crazy team. Like, what was that Suicune? What was that, Mystic Water or something? I feel like it shouldn't have done that much damage to Zapdos and Gengar. This is so crazy. What an original team. I kind of hope we win, but I don't know, man. This is some wild stuff. I want to know what item that Dugtrio had. So we bring in Arcanine on the Gengar. Oh, it's Mr. I've never been one-shot by anything before in my entire life because I have phenomenal defensive typing. Okay, so Arcanine has Flamethrower and Overheats, I guess. The idea is if you can kill somebody with an Overheat, you just take that over Flamethrower. And by the way, guys, I'm noticing we don't have leftovers. What is happening? Please tell me. We don't have an Empire Ghost. We would have clicked it right there. I mean Grass, an Empire Grass. Sending in Gengar. They went for the Cringe Protect. Okay. Please tell me the Gengar has either Giga-Train and or... Who am I kidding? It's not going to happen. It's going to go for Hypnosis, I bet. Something crazy. Let's see. Oh, God. Good luck to you, my friend. They got a Blissey. I don't know how you're going to do this. Taunts? Okay. That probably wasn't the best thing for Swampert, but you did hit a Blissey. Bad news is this Gengar doesn't have leftovers, so you are on a bit of a timer with the sand chipping you away. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Guys, I cannot make this up. Bro went for a Sludge Roll. Okay, that you made me proud. You got a crit poison, and as we all know, never feel bad for Blissey when this happens. Maybe, like, the whole team is, like, backwards or something. No, that Hitmonlee was physical. I don't know, but this Gengar, it's obviously physical, and it's not banded. Maybe it has the poison boosting attack move. They sent in Skarmory to probably be immune to the Sludge Bomb. Please tell me you switched it up. Please tell me. Okay, good. You went for Shadow Ball. Yeah, okay, so this is a physical attacking Gengar. Bad news is even with you using your stab Gengar, you did 10 to the Skarmory. After leftovers, you did 4. Congratulations. You would actually literally die to the Sandstorm before you even got that Skarmory to like half. So we send in Arcanine, which makes sense. We're in a decent position if the Arcanine actually had like Hidden Power Grass or something for Swampert, because the Gengar would die, Blissey would die to Flame. Yeah, everybody's gonna die to a fire move right now. Well, maybe maybe Skarmory would live, but you got Overheat. But it's that Swampert that's the problem. They go for a Protect. What'd you do? Morning Sun? You got more? No, okay, Flamethrower. I guess that makes sense. Why not? Why not have the Skarmory go for Protect when you realize that the Arcanine across the field doesn't have leftovers? So you can get some free chip heal in. You set up spikes. This is going to be very difficult for us to win. So they send in Swampert, of course. Please tell me we saw this coming. I just point out how it's the one thing. It got a crit. They did see it coming, guys. They knew they were going to send in Swampert, and they knew they would get a critical hit, which is... That's okay, but Swampert's sitting here chip healing and not dying and being annoying, and you got to worry about spikes and sand. They went for the Hail Mary Overheat. A crit would have killed them. They didn't get a crit, but it did do a lot of damage. Swampert's now Torrent boosted. Okay, the Swampert went for Ice Beam. Yes, exactly what I would have done. Not... Okay, wait. Am I seeing things? Wait, okay, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have Earthquake or a Water move. It just went for Ice Beam on Arcanine, but it will survive this next Overheat because of the special drop. Okay, what's going to happen with Blissey, though? Why did they bring in Blissey? I would have stayed in with Swampert. Dude, it just died to the sand. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, we don't have to worry about this thing coming back to life. Hey. W's in the chat. We took out Blissey. Really should not have happened. I think they're just going to send in Swampert again. They might even send in... Yeah, that guy, actually. They could go for their third layer of spikes and then just go for Protect the next turn. Okay, they decided just to do it backwards. I would have went for spikes first because we could have switched out this turn and preserved Arcanine's a Death Fodder. So that would have covered that switch and possibility. But that's okay. Certainly, that Skarmory's going to click spikes. We live on 1 HP, and we can't really preserve Arcanine now. They switched out. Please tell me we crit the Swampert. Please, for the love of God. Please let there be justice. No, there's no justice in this world. I am sorry. I'm sorry for all the Arcanine fans out there. As we all know, Arcanine's one of the 4 legendary Pokemon in Gen 1. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and Arcanine. If you get the meme, you get the meme. If you don't, well, then you're not cool and hip like me. Well, how are we going to kill Swampert now? How are we going to kill Skarmory? You got a physical attacking Gengar. Are we cooked? And they brought in the Gengar despite that. Okay, the opponent disconnected. Oh, they came back. They went for a cringe protect. What did we do? We know we're not banded. Okay, just Shadow Ball again. I don't know if that'll kill. Like, I get that we're investing into our stab, but Gengar's attack is kind of poo-poo, pee-pee, caca, and Swampert is Swampert. Let's see if they stay in. No, they just ran away into Skarmory. What did we do? What did we click here? We went for another Shadow Ball. I guess we don't really have anything else to do, and I can't tell you guys, the viewers, what we should be doing, if there is anything else to do, because I don't know what our final Pokemon is, and I also don't know what this Gengar has. I just know we have Taunt, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball. Went for another Taunt to prevent the 3rd layer of spikes. I'm assuming the final attack is Explosion, which is good right now, because we taunted the Skarmory so we can get an Explosion off, because I don't think they would send in the Gengar with them knowing we have Shadow Ball. So we know this Gengar is obviously physical, so maybe it does have Explosion or perhaps Focus, but oh, that would have been crazy if you went for Explosion and they called that out. Yeah. I can't say nothing. I was literally just commentating this. I would have done this too. That was just a good play by the opponent, because you had to do something on Skarmory. We don't even know what our last Pokemon is. Let's see what we got. Regice. Huh. Well, I mean, if we've got Rest and, like, Thunderbolt, I think we can win this. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, guys, you know we're not going to have Rest and Thunderbolt. We've seen some crazy things on this team. Like, literally every single Pokemon except Suicune. We got burned. Okay, that's not the most terrible thing I've ever seen. It's better than being poisoned. Ice Beam. Okay, maybe this Regice is normal. Maybe we can win the battle. I sure hope we can. That should kill Swampert. I mean, you got to factor in a cringe protect, so it's going to come in with, like... Oh, they didn't go to Swampert. Maybe they're going to switch to Swampert on a predicted Thunderbolt. Oh, wait, my bad. That's right. Skarmory's just going to be cringe and go for a protect. Yeah, like I said, if we've got Rest, I think we just kind of win. And if we don't, this would be the perfect turn to go for Rest, because obviously that protect was so predictable. They're not going to go for Spikes. We got Thunderbolt. That's good. We got Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, so we can kill these two, but that burn, oh man, this is going to be a close battle. What's going to happen? So they went for Protect. What is that Skarmory going to do now? They went to Swampert, predicting the Protect. Please tell me we went for Ice Beam. Oh my god, you're making me proud. That was the most beautiful thing I've seen. Good, very good, very, very good. I'm proud of you. I might not even have done that. I said Ice Beam, but I think I would have probably clicked Thunderbolt because I'm a coward. But this person's brave. So they went for the right move, killed the Swampert. So it's just a 1v1 between the Skarmory and Regice. We're losing 6 every turn because of the burn, obviously. No, I think it's 12. I think it's 12, yeah, because burns 12 and then the leftovers cancels out with the sand. So yeah, it's kind of straightforward. They go for Thunderbolt. And I think it's safe to say at this point in time we don't have Rest, because this would be obviously the time to do it. They have Spikes, Protect, Roar. Maybe they have Toxic, but I don't care. I would just click Rest, because maybe it might hit you with a Drill Peck. You might get too low. Okay, they went for a double Protect, which that leads me to believe that the Skarmory doesn't have Drill Peck or attacking moves. Its final move must be Toxic, so it can't do anything to Regice. So literally the only thing Skarmory can do is Protect. So they got Protect twice in a row. Let's see what happens now. And oh my god, they got it 3 times in a row. I think we just lost. They would need to go for a Protect here, and it would have to fail, and then we would need a crit with Thunderbolt to kill that Skarmory. I mean, we literally have 10% off. It all comes down to this turn. One of us is winning, and one of us is going to go home crying. 4 Protects! Oh my god. Arceus, where were you? Oh, the battle's over. Now we die to the burn. Oh my god. What was that? Are you kidding me? Where was the justice out here? Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've seen some double protects and triples here and there. Well, not triples, very, very rare, but 4? The opponent said, wow, 4. We said, never seen that. They said, same, sorry, haha. I had no attacking moves. Yeah, that's kind of how I figured. And yeah, Then the opponent said based, and then they left. Oh my god. That was a bit of an unfortunate one. That was a rocky sight to see. I'm sorry for that loss. To be fair though, it wasn't super in your favor because that Skarmory was probably like max HP and max def, so it kind of depends on Regice's investment because it might have been able to live 2 Thunderbolts. So if it failed to protect, I think if you go for protect and it fails, the next one's guaranteed. I think that's how that works. So they were going to get some protects regardless. So you might have still been cooked, but just the fact that they got 4 is disgusting. What the heck, man? No. That's enough Pokemon for today. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. God, Skarmory, I hate you.